Good morning, folks, from my own little garden in North Belfast. And as you can see, it's the 24th of May, and my bearded irises are now coming out. Now, unfortunately, I have alliums, which I forgot about, which are beside it, and it's sort of too much purple for my liking. But this is the best I've ever seen these. I grew these about 4 years ago, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lovely blooms, and also we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 6 future buds coming. And I've never been really a fan of irises, folks, but now I've changed my mind. They look absolutely fabulous. These will die back. I will cut the stem. I'm left with this sort of, these tough gladioli leaves by the looks of it, big swords of green. Normally down in the books is evergreen or semi-evergreen, but here, protected from the winds, they stay like it all year round without slight damage. But the big key I done this year, folks, more than anything, is to water. They love wet ground. I also give it a feed, a sort of hard granule feed, folks, and it's just knocked it for 6 as well. Let me show you another angle. Look at that, isn't that lovely? It's early in the morning, so the full sun hasn't come out, so they're sort of being shy with the leaves because it was cool last night. So you get that sort of slight leaf curl. Little animals. Let me show you if it's too cold or too warm. Unbelievable. Let's take a closer look. Hey, folks, you have to excuse my dirty fingers. I've been painting, so I'm using black paint. These leaves, folks, there's another bud right there. These leaves, or petals, you should say, are known as standards. And this little guy, the wee yellow thing, is known as beards. Look at that in focus. It's the beard. Little yellow caterpillar, wee punk rocker. But there you go, folks. I'm over the moon. Absolutely stunning little plant. Saying that's stunning. It's 1.2 meters high, according to the books, and this one is. And yeah, stunning. It will attract bees and butterflies. If you live in an exotic part of the world, it will also bring in hummingbirds as well. Pests would be aphids and earwigs as well. But there you go, folks. I have, where I situated this is in a space where it's surrounded by tallish plants. Ooh. Because I don't really want people to see the leaves. I want those leaves just to be hidden. Once upon a time, that's probably why I have the gladiolis in there as well, which I'll move those bulbs. But the irises, folks, are blooming, and they are blooming gorgeous. Another flower, folks, which is blooming this year on the 24th of May is Erysimum Wallflower. And this is a lovely purple one that I have. You'll see the foliage is here up to about there, which is say 5 or 6 inches from the ground. And then you have the stalks, and then it'll flower from the bottom up. You'll see that these are the last remaining flowers. There's probably another week or 2 left in those. but it's got a lovely strong fragrance, folks. Personally, I'm not a fan of them because it just, as I get older, I'm moving into fragrance for some reason. Don't know what it is. These are right in front of my future phloxes. The phloxes will grow, and yeah. Now these will eventually, this is year 1, and these will grow taller. These will grow taller, folks, up until about a metre. So I might have to, after winter, move them slightly back into the sort of background. I've got an orange one on down here. Now these here, folks, hate clay. They like a bit of good drainage soil. Full sun. I don't have full sun. The sun rises here and goes right round and hides behind there by about 3. So I've got about 6 hours. Well, in summertime I've got more than that, but it is quite sunny here, but it's not full sun, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I have another wallflower down here. Now my wee garden, folks, is all clay, and I had to dig in some manure and compost as well. What I do, folks, with small gardens is I create height. Do a lot of height, big laurel in the centre, fits in here, and I make a little path, and I have to cut some of these things back. Excuse the mess, folks. I like that woodland feel. There you go. That's the other wallflower. I've had this now for 3 years. Let me show you the difference in this bad boy. As you can see, it's huge. And folks, it's not in full sun. But the difference is, you'll see that it's struggling a wee bit more because you've got the yellowing of leaves. Which is a sign of a bit of lack of sun, and also a bit of a drought as well. I need to water more down here because the rain is coming down, and that big japonica is using it as like an umbrella. But the fragrance from this, folks, is like strong roses, old-fashioned roses. Brings back memories as well, folks. But wallflower, the perennial wallflower, will be your friend. It will bloom and bloom and bloom for ages and ages and ages, I've noticed as well. Gorgeous. Folks, as I was videoing the wallflowers, let's see this wee guy. This wee guy here. That's a pest. That is lily beetle. And I have lilies here at the moment, folks. And as you can see, there's damage. And that's what they do. Meg, I beat him up. Yeah. Just squash them. They just eat, devour. They gnaw, see the gnaw? They gnaw the growing hormones at the top of the plants. Stuns the plants, and this year I will probably not get any lilies. And as you can hear my voice, folks, I'm getting quite angry, but yeah, I'm not impressed. So there's not, oh my god, oh, they're falling off. So I'm going to get there and search them with my fingers. Oh my god, where is this? Where's there? The weed. Yeah, folks, search and destroy. So that's what lily bugs look like, folks. Okay, folks, also what is flowering right now in the 24th of May is my Geum. Like a couch grass, still need to pull that off. But as you can see, folks, the Geum this year is looking bigger than last year. And it will grow and it'll expand. It will max out in 5 years where height and width is concerned. But isn't it lovely? Now I zoom out a wee bit there. That's what I do. I just throw things in so I know what to expect. So when I'm selling plants to you guys, that's sort of come watch their form. These love partial shade and drainage as well, folks. You'll see disturbing your ADHD minds. There's yellow in there. It's a buttercup. I don't mind an old buttercup now and again flying about my garden. Actually, do you want to know something? There's nettles as well. And there's more buttercups. And the reason for that is, folks, that just feeds the little bees and butterflies, doesn't it? Sometimes you have to have, not too much of a pretty garden, but you can add a bit of wildlife in there. That's what garden's all about. Now you'll see this globe artichoke is looking stronger and bigger than ever before. First 3 years, folks, the slugs had it like a dish and we're eating away at it. The reason why that's there, again, I just threw it there and winged it and hoped for it to grow, and it's now looking very, very strong. Ultimately, it's now in the wrong place because it's getting bigger and bigger. So this winter I might dig it up and set it in that hole there, because look at the size of it now. It's towering over these other ones. And there's also a big stem there. I'll just take this off because it's, there you go. And now what I have created is more sunlight into the other side of this geum. I've also extended this purple, so now the globe artichoke looks like a tree, so to speak, and then the geum. That's what it's all about, folks, gardening. You just, whatever tickles your fancy. But that's just flowering at the moment. Buttercups, and also the geum. Brachycomie is a little annual plant I just put in there. I like to put in sort of purples and oranges, like pinks from the geraniums, beside other strong purples. And so yeah, it's just, and there is another flower which is blooming at the moment, folks, which is the French lavender. I must admit I haven't done much. I always hear horrible stories about the French one. It doesn't work in our Irish climate. But yeah, this one clearly is happy where it's located, so I am going to keep it there. It's nice also, it's soothing as well, just to touch the foliage and give it a sniff. This one's very, very, very fragrant. I don't have any English lavender. I have Spanish lavender, which has gone over right beside it. I bought those 5 years ago, and I have one there, one there, and one there. So about a month ago, they were flowering, like a little pale blue flower. They were one of the first. So now we've got the French. I'm going to put some English on down there. But I'll show you that other bed someday, folks, as well, when they start blooming. That's the sort of shaded area with the horses and all down there. As I say, I'm just trying to get as much plants in my small space as I can, so I know what I'm doing. Also flowering, folks, is Jacob's Ladder. This wee guy here. It's a very slow starter, year 2. So as you can see, if I can give him a lot of sort of room around here and there, so he can open his wings and grow more, happy days. I'm conscious of the Veronica Ulster might take over, and the Acacia, which is right beside it as well. Just noticed a bit of Cuckoo Spit. You see, yes, I take that off. Where is it? Hey, Cuckoo Spit, folks. Have you ever seen a cuckoo? The wee green things, wee baby one. Little green bugs, and they make us foam with their legs, you know. Cuckoo Spit, folks, is quite bad for your plants because where are you? I want to turn around this other way. because they just feed off the sap inside your plants. Your plants look distorted. Let's see the wee Cuckoo Spit. There he is there. Again, he's not happy. Start moving about. Get away, you. So that's the Achillea, folks. I'll show you that one, flowers. But there you go. Okay, folks, another plant which I've fallen in love with is Persicaria. And I think I've only sold it once. And I brought them in and they didn't do well. And I am telling you now, this is a wonder plant, folks. You've heard of Wonder Day, but this is a wonder plant. How could that be, Devouring? Eh? Unbelievable. Life is unbelievable, folks. Okay, let me zoom out. So the Persicaria, folks, when they start coming up in early spring, they look like dock leaves. It's important you don't throw them out or cut them back. You go, here, what the hell's happening in my garden? Get that out. That's what they look like, the leaves, the foliage. And then you have these stems, and then they just come up. Now, this is normally used as ground cover. To be honest with you, I'm just using it as a background. A background sky, a little city. It's like a little city in the background of my garden, and which I like, because I have like dark colours here going on, so I like to break things up with a bit of white or pink or cream or whatever tickles your fancy. But this guy doesn't give me any trouble at all. These stems will be cut back around about October, November, and then that's it. I would give it a mulch with some compost or manure. Don't go easy in the manure, because if you put too much manure, you'll get more foliage than the flowers. There's always a balance. Just stick to multi-purpose, folks. It's easy enough. But look at this, isn't this great? What else? Where else do you see that sort of design? Oh, I love it. These come in reds and burgundies. This one is the pink, and it's called Superb. That's the height it grows to. If I stand up, folks, it comes up almost to my belt. But let me walk backwards here. Sorry, I got my mobile phone. But it just fills gaps, doesn't it? It just fills gaps. It sways with the wind. It's quite windy where I live. That's why I've got a little wind barrier here, create a bit of shelter. So then it comes around my house and makes a bit of a swirl. So sometimes when I sit here in the corner, you just get an orchestra, an absolute orchestra of colour and nature, folks. Sorry, I'm going off on one. But yeah, it's just so then I'm looking at that white one there and going, that needs to be moved. There's a bit of a fight going on between them two. Do you know what I mean? And that's what people do. You have to keep moving things around. There's a gap there I need to sort out. I've got a rhododendron in there, and I know this will come out about there. What can I do with that for now? That Phormium has to come forward. I'm talking about Phormiums, folks. We see this. My lovely cream delight Phormium. Now you're sitting going, Billy, that looks stunning. And do you want to know something? I think it does too. I like to mix and match bright and dark. But it's got rust on it, folks. Brown spot. And do you want to know why? Because my rubbish soil has done that. I told you before, this is clay. It's slanted, very steep. And that's what happens, folks. This plant, oh, there's a big weed. Oh, I'll do a bit of gardening today. That's what I do, folks. I let weeds more or less grow tall so I can easily handle them. easier in the back as well. They do more damage when you're removing them. But this Cream Delight, folks, will need cut back. It's just not right. It's just dry. It's just not dry. Even this big guy here, the roots are starting to pop out. Yeah, that's what happens. Do you want to know something? If you plant 100 plants and 1 or 2 look sick, that's still good odds. But do you want to know something? There's also a selfish part of me that actually likes that colour because it just adds effect. But I will not need to take it out. Now, 2 choices. You can either cut straight to the base, lift it up and plant it in good drainage, better soil, or get a big watering can, baking soda, mix it with water and put it in and do a 3-year course and feed it that every 2 weeks. Can't be arsed. I can't be arsed, folks. So anyway, this thing is about what's flowering right now. Okay, folks, let me look around. Anything else flowering? Not really. I think that's more or less me. The camellia, folks, that's going over. It's the biggest camellia. It's been now 4 to 5 years old, and it's now about 6 foot tall, and it's looking great. It's happy there. Do you know something? I actually haven't fed it any acid soil for about 2 years. Unless the leaves start to go yellow with green veins, I'll give it some feed, but in the meantime it seems to be fine and dandy. Yeah, today I'm going to start working on this little path. I'm going to trim both sides. That's all you can do with a wee small garden, you know. What I've done before was to put an entrance, try and get an entrance of ferns. These are Nandina's. That's the Domestica, and that is the pink something, can't remember, but they're maxed out. That's the size they grow to, folks, and they just look like pillars to me anyway. They give me no hassle. There's no pests. They like dry soil as well, so this is clay, as I say, but it drains that way. Yeah. Also, hold on, before I put this video to bed, Euphorbia. It's not the Phormium one. This is Euphorbia Tiger, I think, from memory. No, it's not Tiger. Can't remember, jeez. I've had this here for 5 years, and this is the year where it's gone absolutely berserk. It's starting to make strange shapes. It's coming down this way and seeking more light. Down here is quite dark. That's why I've got the hostas and the ferns. This guy is growing that tall and that big that it's gone wonky and it's seeking light. I've got a little, just discovered as well, I've got a little cherry tree which is now asking for help. It's either dried out, it's titty bread, as they say here. And I've got a big autumn king fern which is up to my shoulder almost, making a dominant stand against this Euphorbia. And then behind all that I've got this lovely Phormium, sorry, not a Phormium, Photinia. But yeah, there you go. Just a wee adventure, folks. Just a wee adventure. Oh, it's English lavender there. So when I walk past, it breaks and creates that lovely smell, that lovely aroma. Just carry this path up. So there you go, folks. That's just a wee tiny tour of what's flowering in my garden on the 24th of May. See you soon.